Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Calvin, and today I'm finally releasing the engine dropping video. It's been kind of a while, but kind of just get into it. So the main thing that we were having problems with while I was trying to produce this video was actually getting the car and actually getting the engine into the car. So we didn't have no engine hoist, so we went to Harbor Freight, and got this 1-ton chain hoist. It works perfect if you're trying to lift little things like this motor here. Um, and so then the other problem that we ended up coming into was actually having something that will withstand that weight to hold that motor. So we had some spare 2x4s and some screws, and ended up building this wooden engine hoist, I like to call it. Ended up holding the weight just fine. And well, with that, we decided, since it's up in the air, might as well just get some of this maintenance stuff done. Since it's already out of the car, don't have to worry about any restrictions or anything like that. So the first thing we went ahead and tackled, as you guys could see, is getting that brand new clutch in there. That was our main thing, since this is a manual drive transmission. It is a manual car. We didn't want it to end up failing on us, having the original fail on us. The car has about 90-something thousand miles on it. So we just went ahead and said, well, since it's already out, might as well just do it. So I ordered that clutch a long time ago. Finally had the opportunity to put it on. It was kind of a snug fit. You'll see me kind of go like in a star pattern, trying to get it on there. The dowels that hold it in place, kind of riding along the clutch. We ended up getting it all completely seated, and then that little clutch tool really helped out. The clutch kit came with the throwout bearing, and as well as a little pilot bearing. We didn't put the pilot or the throwout bearing since they both look pretty good, and they require some special tools to take out. So we just opted out to leave that and just installed the actual clutch disc and the pressure plate. So that's what you see what we're tying down right there. The second thing we kind of tackled on here was the oil pan. We automatically saw that it was already leaking, and it does happen with these cars. So we went ahead and just decided to do some silicone on there. I've done silicone with it in the past. I haven't had any problems with it. Main thing is just making sure that it's completely dry, that there's no oil in there, and that as well the surface is completely wiped down. When applying the silicone, you don't want to put like a really heavy bead on it. You just want to make sure that's enough so that once you smush it together, some of it will come out and just wipe that excess. One thing to do note is once you put the silicone on there, give it at least a good 24 hours for it to fully cure before adding any type of oil, because then it'll mix, get into your sump, and then you lose oil pressure, end up ruining your motor. So after we did that, of course we let the engine sit for a little bit, for at least a day, and then we've got it on the hoist there and decided to go ahead and get that situated. Next thing we did was the front cover. I had the front cover off. I had to replace that. So I had the original gasket still on there. We just put some silicone over, cleaned the area, and then put it right back on. So it looks perfectly fine. And then the next thing we did was getting the engine timed. So with these rotary engines, the simplest way I've known kind of how to time them is go to the back rotor, align one apex seal to the front, or to the top hole, make sure it's in the middle, make a mark on your front pulley, rotate it, do this exact same thing for the bottom one. Get a piece of string or something, cut it in half, and then you could, get. So after getting the top dead center, you want to make sure that there's two holes on there. There's one that's like an actual dimple, and then there's an actual one that's for the cotter pin that holds the actual gear that rotates the distributor. You want to make sure that it's aligned to the actual dent, the little divot that's on there, and not the cotter pin. It'll throw off your timing, and it'll give you all sorts of problems. So make sure it's aligned to the little dimple. There's a little, I would say, kind of describing it, a little shaft almost, a little indentation that protrudes on out from the actual body. Just align those two, and then just make sure it's aligned to that actual dimple, and then you should be fine. Here's kind of a walk around of it. You can see the distributors in, the front pulley's on, the spark plugs are off because we're doing the timing, and then of course the clutch is on, as well as the actual intake. This is a picture of it once we rolled the car under it, had the engine over it. I'll kind of leave y'all with this. I'll stop talking and I'll just let y'all see us struggle as we dropped it in. After we dropped it in, got the stuff kind of hooked up. We still needed to add a couple accessories. This is a picture of it from the front, and then finally, what I've been waiting for a couple months, the actual first start of it. Y'all probably heard towards the end, we were obviously very, very relieved that it actually fired off. A million things could have gone wrong with it. It could have started having, knocks, and it could have eaten up all the apex seals, and it could have just froze right back up, but it did not. Here are some before and after pictures of it. You can see of the exterior and the interior. This is the engine bay. It was full of twigs and rat feces and all types of stuff. It was disgusting. And to the, getting it to the point where we have it now, I believe is a major milestone for us. This is by far the closest car we've gotten back onto the road. I've had 3. This is including 4. This makes number 4. I'm sorry. And I've never been as close as I've been with this car, being able to drive it. This next clip's gonna be basically it being revved a little bit, but ends up idling on its own at the end. But it's already exceeded our expectations. This is it moving. I have my twin in there. The clutch is kind of getting stuck, so that's why you kind of hear it end up dying on him. But it starts right back up. So.
couple of things before I end the video. The next couple of releases will be based on interior, a couple of how-to videos, and as well as the car's first drive. I just had to work on the camera setup and get that all figured out. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as it will help the channel grow. But other than that, thank you.